Alex Ela is in the second round at Indian Wells, not because she claimed a first-round victory, because she didn't have to compete in one. Her number 31 world ranking secured her a placement at the BNP Paribas Open, which means she receives a first-round bye and a direct entry into the round of 64. Number 31 in the world, positioned at the 5th Grand Slam. And while she's settled in California, relaxed, probably still riding the momentum from visiting Nike World Headquarters in Oregon, awaiting her draw, 3 players who have all defeated her or battled fiercely against her in the past, are grinding through qualifying just to get into the main draw. The identical tournament Alex strolled straight into at number 31. If that doesn't demonstrate how rapidly this athlete's career has accelerated, nothing will. The BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells, California commences March 4th. WTA 1000 tournament, 96 competitors in the draw, 32 of them seeded. They call this tournament the 5th Grand Slam for a reason. The draw is stacked. The points are substantial. And every prominent name in women's tennis shows up. We're talking Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Elena Rybakina, Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Jasmine Paolini, Amanda Anisimova, defending champion Mira Andreeva. Essentially, the entire elite of women's tennis assembled under one roof. And for the first time in her entire career, Alex Ela is among those 32 seeds. First career placement at a WTA 1000. She locked it in at number 31 in the world at the February 23rd seeding cutoff, comfortably within the top 32. And that ranking is the direct payoff from her extraordinary run at the Dubai Tennis Championships, where she dominated world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in straight sets, advanced through to the quarterfinals, accumulated 215 ranking points, and rocketed from number 47 to number 31 in a single week. 16 spots, the most significant leap in the entire WTA that week. That Dubai run didn't just elevate her ranking, it transformed her entire Indian Wells trajectory. Rather than battling through the first round like everyone else, she gets to bypass it entirely. Arrive refreshed, analyze matchups, preserve energy for a lengthy 2 weeks. That's the privilege of being a top 32 player on the WTA Tour. That's the reward for months and months of accumulating results at the highest level. Now, here's where this narrative gets truly compelling. Because while Alex is relaxing with her bye, 3 players she has genuine history with are laboring through qualifying rounds. And I'm not referring to distant history. I'm talking direct head-to-head encounters, some of them very recent. First up, Lulu Sun, world number 98, New Zealand. She's drawn Australia's Madison Inglis in the first qualifying round, which means she requires 2 victories just to enter the main draw. 2 wins before she's even reached the stage Alex is already positioned at. Now, Lulu Sun defeated Alex at the Jiangxi Open in China last September in the semifinals 3-6, 6-4, 6-2, recovered from a set deficit, assumed control of the match, and then proceeded to capture the entire tournament after defeating her opponent in the final 6-4, 6-2. That was barely 6 months ago. 6 months ago, Sun was the one terminating Alex's tournament. She was the one hoisting the trophy. She was ahead. And now, Alex is a top 32 seed with a first-round bye at the 5th Grand Slam. And Sun is battling for her tournament survival in qualifying. That gap didn't just emerge, it exploded open, and it happened swiftly. Next, Maninkaya Sawanki from Thailand. World number 199. She's facing Switzerland's Rebecca Mazarova in qualifying. And here's the connection. Sawanki played Alex in the final of the women's singles at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand last December. The gold medal contest. Sawanki captured the opening set 6-4, but Alex reversed the momentum and claimed the following 2-6-1, 6-2 to secure the gold. That was 3 months ago. 3 months. And now Sawanki is ranked 168 positions below Alex, attempting to qualify for a tournament that Alex enters without playing a single qualifying match. In 3 months, the distance between them shifted from competitive final to entirely separate categories. That's how swiftly things evolve at this level. It's relentless. And then there's Talia Gibson from Australia, world number 109. She's got Madison Bringle in qualifying. Alex defeated Gibson back in 2023 at the W40 Palma del Rio in Spain 6-3, 6-1. That was when both of them were considerably further down the rankings, competing at smaller events on the lower circuits, both striving to establish a career. Fast forward to right now and their careers have taken completely divergent paths. Alex is at number 31, seated at the biggest non-Grand Slam events in the world. Gibson is at number 109, still navigating through qualifying at those same tournaments. Same starting point, completely different trajectories. Notice the pattern. Players who were at Alex's level or even ahead of her are now looking way up. She didn't just overtake them, she lapped them. And that's not a criticism of any of those competitors. Sun, Swanky, and Gibson are all gifted and hardworking, but it illustrates just how rapidly Alex Ela has been ascending. She's operating at a different velocity than nearly everyone surrounding her. And when you step back and examine the complete picture of that climb, the numbers are genuinely astonishing. In 2020, her peak ranking was 1,180. 1,180. She was essentially invisible on the WTA radar. Nobody outside of junior tennis circles recognized her name. 2021, she ascended to 505. Progress, but still deep in the lower levels of professional tennis. 2022, she reached 214. Now it's beginning to look authentic. She's accessing bigger events, accumulating experience, but she's still a considerable distance from the top 100. 2023, she arrives at 189, persisting tournament by tournament, but still outside the top 100. Still not generating mainstream attention. 2024, she achieves 143. Consistent progress, no question, but nobody's celebrating a ranking of 143. Then 2025 arrived, and that's when everything shifted. The Miami Open, she entered as a wild card and defeated Aryna Sabalenka, the former world number 1. She defeated Elena Ostapenko, a Grand Slam champion. She defeated Madison Keys, another Grand Slam champion. 3 former Grand Slam champions in one tournament. As a wild card, she reached the semifinals before falling to Jessica Pegula. That run didn't just elevate her ranking, it placed her on the global map. She concluded the year at number 50. And now 2026, she's at number 31, seated at Indian Wells, first career placement at a WTA 1000 event. From 1,180 to 31 in 6 years. From qualifying round level to first round by status. Her career record stands at 204 victories and 124 defeats. Total career prize money $1,655,677. And her 2026 season is only beginning. She's 10-6 across 6 tournaments so far this year. And the most significant events on the calendar are still to come. Now, let's examine what's genuinely at stake at Indian Wells, because the points and the prize money are considerable. If Alex claims her first match in the round of 64, that's 10 ranking points and $24,334. A respectable payday. Nothing extraordinary. But observe what happens the deeper she advances. Round of 32, 35 points, $36,110. Round of 16, 65 points, $61,865. Quarterfinals, 120 points, $115,720. Over $100,000 for a quarterfinal. Semifinals, 215 points, $193,645. Finals, 390 points, $340,190. Win the entire tournament, 1,000 ranking points and $1,151,380. Over $1 million for one tournament. That's the level Alex is competing at now. And those ranking points, if she achieves a deep run, say another quarterfinal like she had in Dubai, she could push into the top 25. A semi-final, and top 20 becomes a genuine possibility at 20 years old. And here's what gives me genuine confidence she can make an impact here. Alex has already demonstrated she belongs on the same court as the finest players in this draw. She defeated Paolini, the number 8 in the world, just a few weeks ago in Dubai. She defeated Keys and Ostapenko last year in Miami. These aren't fortunate victories against players having poor outings. These are legitimate, decisive wins against some of the most accomplished athletes in the sport. She's not arriving at Indian Wells hoping to compete. She's arriving knowing she can. And that transformation in mentality is probably the most significant change from a year ago. It's not just her ranking that's different. It's the manner in which she carries herself. She expects to belong there now. She's not wide-eyed or overwhelmed. She enters these venues as though she belongs because she does. A quick note as well, Janice Chen from Indonesia, ranked number 37, is anticipated to be the other Southeast Asian in the main draw. So the Philippines and Indonesia both have players in a WTA 1000 main draw simultaneously. That's a fairly momentous occasion for Southeast Asian tennis. Two competitors from the region, both comfortably in the top 40, performing at the highest tier of events. That's something worth acknowledging. Now, after Indian Wells, Alex heads directly to the Miami Open from March 17th to 29th, another WTA 1000 event. And if that name resonates, it should. Miami is where Alex's entire story erupted last year. That's where she defeated 3 Grand Slam champions in one draw. That's where she transformed from, "Who's this wild card?" to, "She's a genuine threat." She's returning to the scene of her breakthrough with a year's worth of experience, a number 31 ranking, and the assurance of someone who has been defeating top 10 players at WTA 1000 events. If she produces another deep run there on top of a strong Indian Wells performance, the math indicates top 20, and the math holds up. She's 20 years old. She has the biggest, most devoted, most passionate supporter base in all of tennis behind her. She just departed from Nike World Headquarters, and she's about to step onto those Indian Wells courts with a seed alongside her name for the very first time in her career. From 1,180 to 31. From qualifying to buys. From underdog to anticipated contender.